everybody, and welcome to the Friday wrap for today, August 22nd. Wow, August 22nd already. Wow, camera focus, will you? 2014. And today is going to be an assortment of topics to talk about because there's a lot of things going on as far as channel and personal life and all kinds of good stuff. So if you're into that kind of thing, sit back, relax, and hopefully be entertained. So first thing you might notice is posters, man. Let's get out of the way. So one of the things I've been really looking to do over the course of the next couple of months is deck out my office with nerdy gaming stuff. One of the things that I'm not too happy about is that I really lack the nerdy gaming, like, just paraphernalia that a lot of other people have and that I've always wanted. Now that I not necessarily have a lot of disposable income, but I have a little bit more money to play with as far as being able to purchase things to make content better. I figured I'd take a little bit, like, you know, $10 worth or whatever, and pick up some posters. Yesterday I picked up two. It'll be the first two of many. I thought about putting them in front of my computer, but I ended up putting them back there because for these videos, my brother so poignantly pointed out that my background is boring as hell. It's either a green screen or a white wall and a lamp, which, you know, as you can see, is not exactly exciting. So I put them behind me so you guys have something to look at. And I really like these posters. One, I'm a huge Star Wars dork. We have, you know, whoa, sorry about that. We have the original trilogy anyway, the prequel trilogy. Though I loved them when I was growing up, the more I grew up, the more I realized I wasn't a big fan. But that poster is an iconic poster. You can get it pretty much anywhere. I love the art on it, so I grabbed it. And then I saw there were a bunch of gaming posters where I ended up going. But this is the one that kind of struck out to me as like my favorite just because the art is so nice. It's a poster of Zelda: A Link Between Two Worlds, which is the most recent 3DS game. And I really just love the artwork on it. So I ended up picking it up because it's gorgeous. There were other Mario, Zelda themed, and even Marvel stuff that I almost picked up, but I wanted to only pick up two to start. And I just think that one looked the coolest. I really, really like it. And I just put them up next to each other. Maybe I'll move them. Maybe I'll just get more posters, whatever. Other things I was almost picked up was like little desk icons, like bobblehead figures. I definitely want to deck out my desk with some gaming stuff. Because when I walk into this office, I don't want it to be just white walls in my computer. I want to see and get in the mood for gaming. Like, that's what this office is all about, is just to game hard and to bring out the best in my gaming personality. And I think surrounding myself with this kind of thing is necessary. That being said, I don't know, maybe I'll stay on the side. Is this a cool camera angle? We'll move in a little bit. That being said, I have been crazy at work because PAX Prime is going to be next weekend. There will be no Friday wrap next weekend because I will be in Seattle. So if you're going to be at PAX Prime, don't be a stranger. If you see me, or if you see me tweeting, and, you know, figure out where I am, come find me. At PAX East, a few people recognized me, which was awesome. If you recognize me at PAX Prime, please come say hello, get pictures, whatever the fuck you want to do. I am a very friendly person. I am very much this guy in person. I do not put on a persona for the camera. I am who I am all the time. So I'll be at PAX. It's going to be really crazy. I'm going to be there for 6 days. I'm flying in Thursday morning, and I'm flying out Tuesday night. So the whole thing is going to be approximately 6 days, Friday through Sunday. Friday through Monday is the con. The con is a 4-day convention, which is a lot. PAX East killed me after 3 days, so 4 days is going to be a ton, but I'm going to be able to be there, you know, with Nick, a.k.a. Rockley Smile, Ryan, a.k.a. Northern Lion, Red Panda Gamer is going to be there, Jake, a lot of people that I got to hang out with and meet at PAX East are going to be back at PAX Prime, and I'm just looking to seeing them again and hanging out. Last PAX East, I did a ton of appointments. I did a lot of meetings with game developers and stuff. I kind of scaled back a little bit on the developer meetings, mainly because I overscheduled myself at PAX East. I left very little free time for myself to enjoy the con, with the exception of like one half day. And I just didn't get to enjoy it as much as I did because these conventions are about enjoying video games and being able to see these games in action and then bring you guys cool stuff. The appointments ended up being kind of pointless in that with the indie developers, they didn't really... most of them, should I say, didn't really seem organized when it came to that kind of thing. I would show up and say, I have an appointment, you know, this is my name, this is my appointment, this is my email, or whatever. And they mostly were like, oh, okay, get in line and we'll get to you when we have the opportunity. And I was like, well, I could have just done that anyway. I don't know why I set up an appointment. So I kind of scaled back on that. AAA games, I'll still do some appointment stuff because they're very difficult to even get a hold of. So that'll be something I end up doing still. But overall, I'm going there to have fun. I'm going there to just enjoy traveling really any long distance for the first time. So if I get to meet you guys, that would be awesome. Hunt me down. Seriously. I'm totally down for it. Channel news. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Channel news. I got a couple new series starting up. I had one start up yesterday, and that is 7 Days to Die. I've got a lot of requests for that, as I did talk about in the video, 7 Days to Die. And it's a game I've played in the past, but I played it at and during its Alpha 1. It is now Alpha 9. So I'm playing that. I'm having fun with it so far. I don't know how long it'll last. A lot of these things, the two series that I'm starting, this and the other one, I did not intend to last terribly long. So we'll see how long it ends up going for. It really depends on how much gameplay and how much fun I can get out of it in its current state. The other series that I'm going to be starting is Elite Dangerous. It's going to be short. It's not going to be long because I don't think there's a ton of gameplay there. But the Elite Dangerous game, I really love the game, but it can be kind of slow paced. So one of the things I thought about doing, and the reason I really haven't done anything on it in the first place, is because Elite Dangerous is slow paced. So in order for me to really get the most out of it, I thought, maybe I should edit it. The problem is at this current moment, I don't have the time to drop, extra stuff and do some editing, because right now I am just working on getting a backlog up, getting ready to travel to PAX Prime. I just don't have the time to edit, but I still want to do Elite Dangerous stuff. So the reason it's going to be short is because I just want to show off some more in-depth gameplay. It will be unedited, as it tends to be, as my content tends to be. But if it's not, we'll see. We'll see how it's received. Again, I'm expecting a week or two's worth of episodes out of it, and that'll probably be it. But we'll see how it ends up going. I really love the game, though. Elite Dangerous is going to be a game that I play, I can tell, for a very long time. And it's a game that doesn't require a massive commitment to make progress like a lot of games like it. Particularly, I'm thinking of EVE Online. It doesn't require a massive amount of time to be that good at it, because there's a level that is skill based. So as long as you're a good pilot, a decent pilot, you can still fight and kind of hold off people. And it's just really fun. I'll talk more about it as I do the series. Other things I've been doing, real life, I've got something in my lap. I am in a big Star Wars kick. We'll go there. I'm in a big Star Wars kick right now. This happens to me every so often. I get on big Star Wars kicks. Typically it happens when a new book comes out, not necessarily like a novel, but like a new game book comes out. And I'm a big D&D player, and unfortunately no D&D news this week because we didn't play yesterday. When it comes to RPGs, I really like the Star Wars stuff. I own every single book of the Saga edition of Star Wars pen and paper RPG. And a new one came out, and that is Edge of the Empire by Fantasy Flight Games. The Saga edition, if you played it, is D20 based. I think it's Wizards of the Coast that did it, I think. It is D20 based, so it's, your typical D&D converted to kind of Star Wars stuff. There are elements I really like about the system. There are elements I really don't like about the system. I really think at the time they did a great job at kind of combining 3.5 rule set in D&D and 4.0 rule set, kind of creating this nice mesh of the two to create a cool system. But as me and my friend were discussing yesterday, D20 is inherently a very flawed system because of the restrictions that just numbers in general bring to the table when it comes to these kind of games. But Edge of the Empire, which I've been reading a ton of, is a dice pool system. There are no numbers on the die. It's all symbols. And it's very heavily narrative. It's all narrative based. So instead of saying you outright fail or you outright succeed, because of the way the die pool system works, and I'm not really going to get into it, there isn't really like I straight succeed, I straight fail, which is kind of the problem with D10 system, which is very not numbers based. Instead, there is, you can succeed with degrees of failure. So like I hacked into the computer really, really quickly, but on the flip side, I accidentally set off the alarm. So you got what you wanted to do, but now you've imposed like some dangers onto yourself. Or you can fail with degrees of success. So maybe you failed to hack the computer, but in the process of bungling up the hacking, you actually disabled the alarm system. So, hey, okay, I might not have been able to get to the information I wanted to, but at the same time, I bought us more time because I just disabled the alarm system. And it gets a lot more intricate and a lot more complicated, a lot deeper than that when it comes to the die pool system, but I really, really like it. And the other reason I really like it too is because there's no fucking Jedi class in here. There is a Force-sensitive exile talent tree in here, but they hold true to the lore of Jedi are super duper rare. They don't exist anymore because this takes place between episodes 4 and 5. The Jedi don't exist anymore, and those Force users that are powerful are Vader and the Emperor, and that's it, period. So because of that, there's no Jedi class, and as balanced as they tried to make Jedi in the Saga Edition, they were still dumbly overpowered, especially if you knew how to build one. They could just be unstoppable forces, so if you took a Jedi and put it in the party, as if they even knew remotely what they were doing, they were going to overshadow the party. Doesn't fucking exist in this game. This Force-sensitive exile, the talent tree is super underpowered. It is all about subtle uses of the Force to be able to like influence people's emotions and stuff on a very minimal level. And if you do make it more powerful, there's massive penalties for it. So if I wanted to do a power that's in this book, and I wanted to make it more powerful than I already have, it's going to actually cause mental damage to my character. It's going to take something called strain. Again, I'm doing a very quick skim of the rule set. I could get really in depth with it because we did a little bit of reading last night with me and my buddy. But it's just vastly underpowered. It is more of a flavor thing than an actual class. The actual classes could whoop a Force exile. That's the point. Because at this point, if there is any Force-sensitive characters out there, they're one of two things. One, they were people who were never found by the Jedi Order, so were developing their own Force powers on their own as a part of like a shamanistic thing or a spiritual thing or whatever they ended up thinking it was going on. Or if somehow somebody survived, a child survived the slaughter that happened at the Jedi school during episode 3, they would have been a child. And those children didn't have much experience or education, so their Force powers were severely underdeveloped. And if they were able to survive somehow and get away, they would have barely any powers at all, which fits so well with this book. I am loving this series so far. I do have some gripes about it, and I did air some of my gripes about it on Twitter the other night. But me talking to my friend about it, they actually kind of make sense, and I actually really like them now that I've had a discussion about how they can be good and not necessarily a bad thing. So like I am about video games, that's my friend with D&D. He is, or just pen and paper RPG stuff. I am deep into video games, he is deep into pen and paper RPGs, so it's good to kind of bring both those mentalities together. And I'm just generally like this system, Fantasy Flight's dice pool system, is kind of a cool balance between the D10 system that like White Wolf uses and the D20 system. It's more D10 than it is D20 by a long shot, but the influences of the D20 of having degrees in success, degrees of failure and success, which is prevalent in D20 system to a point, is heavily influencing the D10 system, which is more about success and or failure, and that's it. So that being said, I'm reading this pretty heavily. I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can because I do want to run like a one-shot with my friends just to try out the rule system. But overall, I am just a huge fan. And if you're a pen and paper RPG, check out Edge of the Empire if you can. I got this on sale at Amazon. It was like 25% off when I picked it up. It's gorgeous. And the book, if I can show you, like some of the art in this book is beautiful. It is all, from what I can tell, it's all original art. It's not like screen grabs or anything of the movie, which was kind of a problem with the Sagas edition. The art in that book was not that good. But the art in this book, there is a beautiful budget behind it, man. It's gorgeous, gorgeous art. Simple things like this right here. It's such a cool shot of what is potentially just a smuggler looking off on a city with his gun drawn. And it is just gorgeous. Or one of my favorite ones is of a Hutt who looks like he's just being a badass, which you don't ever see because Hutts are fat and lazy and slobs. But this is a lot. This is a lot in this book that I like. And I'm very happy that I like it too because I crave like good Star Wars RPG stuff. I really do. And the Sagas edition was good for what it did, but now we have something better, in my opinion. I think we have something a lot better. Where is it? I think I might have missed it. That's fine. I mean, we got a cool freaking picture of just freaking Han Solo being a badass, chapter 1, and you see that, you can't help but fall in love, especially if you're a Star Wars nerd like I am. I used to read books all the time, man, for Star Wars. Then we got this one right here, really cool picture, just like a Twi'lek possible soldier, bounty hunter thing, cool stuff. So check it out. If you're a pen and paper RPG fan, check out this game. It's very cool. other than that, I'm flying out in 6 days. I'm flying out a week from yesterday. There's a lot of stuff. I'm just working really, really hard. I'm really happy with those posters, though. I hope you guys like them. That's it. I'm going to get back to work now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be seeing more videos over the course of PAX. I should have 4 videos up a day every day. If you've noticed that my videos have gone from 5 a day to 4 a day, it's because I'm just cramming. I'm trying to get work done. Once I get back from PAX and I'm like rested up after a couple of days, I will be back to 5 videos a day every day. But the past couple of weeks has been just really, really stressful as far as getting work done. Oh, and that goes, I totally forgot I wanted to talk about this. This is going to be a bit of a longer, obviously, Friday wrap. That brings up the stream thing. So the charity stream was phenomenal, as you all know. We did do amazingly well. I'm going to actually bring the camera down a little bit here. You can see my cups that I was drinking out of the other night. The charity stream did incredibly well, as you know, and I'm really happy about it. But this week, I have just not been streaming, and the reason for that is work. I'm gonna try and get some streaming done tonight, tomorrow, maybe if I can. But right now, my focus is getting work done, and unfortunately, streaming like that 2-hour block really does put a hindrance in the work that I get done. And it would be fine if I wasn't doing all these backlog stuff, but unfortunately, that's like, again, it's just a lot of it's PAX Prime. So streaming's going to be irregular until I get back from PAX Prime, and then we'll get back to a regular schedule. I apologize. It has been my fault, and I feel bad about it, but I got to do what I got to do. But that being said, we'll wrap up this Friday wrap. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you had a great week. I will see you in 2 weeks for another Friday wrap, but videos otherwise will be regular. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.